Hello everyone, Daizen here. Long time no text-to-speech to you all. Here it is, the long-awaited video, Spiral Abyss Tips I Wish Someone Gave to Me, Commentor Edition. So let's cut the chase and start with the section. Daizen Horrible Memory Electric Boogaloo. In this section, I will talk about a point that I wanted to add into a section but I completely forgot because I wrote the script at 3 in the morning. The point being, consider your ult charge state. When doing the Abyss, you'll want to take into account your ult state in levels 1 and 2 so you can take decisions like, do I start another rotation? Or start saving energy for the next level. You'll want to save enough energy to start the next level with enough charge to do a rotation or as close as possible to being charged.
I can't stress that enough.
After that, in level 3 you can start a rotation as soon as you have enough charge, obviously considering other factors. Having that out of the way, we can start with the tips you left in the comment section in the last video. Starting with Bend Over Comment. Very good vid. I think a good way to manage your pulls is to summon for characters you like and then build a team around it. For example, if you like Hu Tao, you can summon for her, and then save pulls to Xingqiu, Yalan, Yongli, and etc. First of all, thank you a lot, Ben. Second, you were absolutely right. Managing your pulls is a very good way to start building teams. I remember that the first time I managed my pulls was when I got Raiden and started saving to have her national team, aka her, Bennett, Xingqiu, and Xiangling. And after that, I was stunned as how she carried me throughout the game. I'll just simply like to remark the part about characters you like, because that's the most important part. Yes, an OP character can carry you easily, but if you don't like its gameplay / playstyle, the game will become boring and you'll most likely get burned out by the game. Remember, your likings will beat the meta. Alongside Bin comment, we have Pancake Studios comment. In this, remember, Spiral Abyss is both a skill check and a puzzle. Why? Well, because you have to know how to deal with each enemy. Is where we get to the major factor of being unable to clear the Spiral Abyss. It's that they don't have the right character or characters or haven't had them built for the right scenario. Example would be the 4.2 Spiral Abyss. Trying to beat that without a Hydro unit is hell. Yes, Pancakes, I'll cite my response to your comment. Usually the Abyss is a way for Hoyoverse to sell the current banner's characters. When Nabia and Yoimiya were announced for this version banners, I knew that either the Thunder Manifestation or the Corrosive Dog, or both, were going to be in this version, mostly because Yoimiya is the only good counter of the Damn Bird and Geo of the Damn Dog. But also, remember this part of the original video. Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't expect to get full stars on your first Abyss. Try just finishing the levels and floors. Even if you don't get a single star, you will get used to it. The Abyss is a great spike in difficulty compared to the overworld. Just keep trying it each time it restart, bidling characters, and eventually you'll get there. Remember to be patient, get more characters by the time, build them, and eventually you'll get there. I started playing Genshin in the first Shinha banner, and I wasn't able to pass the Abyss full stars after the first Sino banner. Did accounts for yourselves, just don't give up. By the way, I love your name. After that, we have 2 comments, one from John and one response from JJ then. The only thing I would add is that you need to build your characters, level 90, with level 90 weapon, with level 8 talents, with level 20, 5-star artifacts, or get as close as you can, because floors 11 and 12 are no joke. All the enemies out-level you at that point, and going with a level 70 character with low talents and a level 80 weapon against a level 100 boss is not fun because you do so little damage and take so much damage. You might not be able to kill the boss in time. Which JJ then responded with, Agreed minus character level. The resources needed to bring a character from 80 to 90 aren't worth it. Iframes and dodging also become critical as a lot of attacks one-shot squishy characters, as you said. Only characters worth leveling to 90 for stats versus funsies is the Hyper Bloom trigger, so Kuki or Raiden, due to how damage is calculated. And I have to agree on both sides and both points. Although levels have an impact on damage, from level 80 to level 90 it's a minor difference. What makes the day and night change is the building, aka artifact level and stats, weapons and talent levels. In my opinion, I would recommend only leveling to 90 characters like Dendro reaction triggers or characters you like a lot. Besides that, there are just a few cases that the level 90 gives a game-changing experience. So in any case, you'll want to do only the Ascension 80 to 90 so you can crown talents, and sometimes leaving a character at level 80 without the Ascension is just perfect. Just look at my tank Faye. LOL. Alongside those comments, JJ left another set of really good tips. 1. Don't feel the need to grind Abyss for full clears unless motivated. Yes, it's a good feeling, but there are some cycles that are borderline unfair unless specific characters are built. In the current Abyss 12, there are a bunch of Geo enemies. If someone doesn't have Nabia, Yongli, or a Geo team built, that was a brutal floor. In the previous, there were 2 Pyro Lectors, but also Pyro enemies on the other side for Nuvolette and or Furina. If someone didn't have at least 2 well-built Hydro characters, good luck. 2. If someone is newer to the game and only has 1 well-built team, it's going to be a challenge full clearing. So don't stress over it. In time, more characters will come home, making team building easier, along with stronger artifacts. Adding on, even with 2 well-built teams, there will be Abyss cycles that counter a team. For example, say someone is using Mono Hydro and Hyper Bloom. If there are Hydro Lectors on one side and a Matrix Overseer on the other, it's going to be near impossible for full clears due to time. 3. The main factor in teams with synergy working are rotations. If completed, all characters' skills and bursts flow well into each other for maximum damage output. If rotations are broken, there will be significant DPS loss. Since Raiden's banner is out, take the team, Furina, Yelan, Jean. If any don't have their burst ready, expect a DPS loss of 25% or more. 4. Iframes from bursts and dodging become critical for the last 2 floors. Enemies hit so hard, most squishy characters get one shot, which isn't fun. Yes, waiting a second to iframe using a burst will put a bump in rotations. But 1 second of damage loss is always better than a character going down. A lot to take in, but in essence. 1. Yes, Abyss can be tiring and even burn down inducing. I will simply add to your point that Abyss is not obligatory. If you are a casual player or simply don't want to play the Abyss, there's no shame on that. You don't have to prove yourself. Yes, Abyss gives almost 4 pulls each half month, but enjoying yourself is more important. I speak out of experience. In Sumeru Abyss, when Consecrated Beasts were at full swing, for my own sake I just decided to stop doing Abyss 12 until those things were out of the Abyss. I don't feel ashamed or anything about that. In fact, I felt it was better that way. I managed to not get myself tired with the game. 2. Nothing to add. You explained the point better than me to Pancake's comment. 3. Yes. Rotations are everything. Messing up a rotation indeed mean a DPS loss, so your point can resume into. Learn your characters and his teams. Learning how to play and rotate your teams is essential for dealing with the over-leveled enemies and getting all the potential out of your characters. Also, don't be afraid to test different team compositions or replacing characters with others that can fill the spot. For example, I built my Yanfei as a shielder so I could use her in my Hu Tao team and leaving my Zhongli free for other teams that might need him more. 4. Indeed. Learning to take advantage of the iframes of the ultimates can save you several times. It's better to lose some seconds than having your characters defeated. Phoenix Blackthorn writes, "This video is really helpful. I would just add one small tip. Put characters in the order you will use them in. It's a small thing but can save a bit of time. I only realized this recently after always putting my DPS first and then having to switch to my supports for their bursts." Thank you, Phoenix. But instead of putting them into the order you use them, I would rephrase that into, put them in the order most comfortable to you. As a lot of you could notice, I always assign my characters in a way that I can do the rotation with the next order of keys, 2, 1, 3, 4. because for me, that's the most comfortable way to rotate. Everyone have a key order that is way more convenient for them, so just be sure to assign your characters in the way you can rotate easily. Finally, we have both Atomic Grave and XD agreeing in one point that I didn't explain well in the last video. Once you 3-star a level, it stays that way. Yeah, as you heard, a lot of people don't know that once you pull that 3 stars score on one level, it doesn't change even if you redo the level with a different team and get less stars. So just do as much runs and change teams as much as you need. Once you get the full score on one level, you can forget about redoing that level with full stars and focus on the other levels. And with this, another video has come to an end. I appreciate all of you who watched, commented, and liked the last video. I invite you all to do the same with this one and subscribing to my channel. I try to post consistently Genshin AMVs and other kind of content, so I would appreciate a lot if you watch the other videos and leave your comments. I accept all kind of criticism as long as it's constructive. Please let me know what I can improve in each video and what would you like to see next. I might be doing some other games content soon, as I am nearing a Genshin burnout, so expect some other content like my epic solitaire gameplay.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Just kidding, but I also play a lot of other games. Just don't expect me to play games that I don't have XD. I'm a little short on Mora right now.